In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the position time graph, okay? What we're going to do is we've got position time here and position. We're going to select this data. And this is easy, right? It's contiguous data, so we can just drag across it. Once it's selected, you want to go up here and insert a chart. There we go. It'll give you something. It might give you a column chart. It might give you whatever. What we want actually is a smooth line chart. Okay, so if it does this, we're going to choose that smooth line like that. Okay, and then we need to draw lines on this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to its own sheet. So click those three dots there, and we could edit, delete, download. Right. Notice that the second to last one is move to the own sheet. Right. Boom. Now it's on its own sheet, and I'm going to change these tabs now. Let's rename this tab. This is time, position, and velocity. This one's going to be just position, right? I don't know, for some reason that satisfies a deep need. Now, this is a great graph, but it doesn't have enough grid lines for us to read stuff off of it. And we're going to draw tangent lines on this. So let's edit the chart. Okay, smooth line chart, that's good. Okay, and the first problem we've got is that there's no right side to this graph, right? So I'm pretty sure that last number is 0.45. 0.45 is our time. So I think we can make the right side be 0.45. So let me show you how to do that. Edit the chart, customize, horizontal axis. Now, doesn't have a specified minimum and maximum value. So I'm going to go 0 and 0.45. Must be a number. Notice that changes our grid lines to every 0.05, which is kind of what we want, right? Okay, that looks good. Okay, our vertical axis, I think we're good with that, right? Now we need better grid lines. Okay, so let's go down to grid lines and ticks. Okay, and we're looking at the vertical axis here. I don't want to go every 25. So always choose step, never do count. Okay, I want to do it by tens. How about let's do 10. Let's see what that looks like. There, tens, that looks good, right? And then the minor spacing type, these will be lighter lines. Let's try 1. Oh, that's too, is that too many? I don't know, it's up to you. You might choose to do 2. Let's see what 2 looks like. That might be more reasonable, okay? It's up to you, you choose, but you need grid lines there to be able to read this, right? Okay, now let's look, so grid lines and ticks, notice that we can pull this down and we can look at the horizontal axis. Okay, major spacing type, well, isn't it doing it by 0.05? So let's tell it to do that, otherwise it'll get squirrely on us and do something. Okay, so it didn't change anything because that's what it was doing already, right? And then again, never use count, always use step. And I think we could go 0.01, couldn't we? Yeah, that looks good, right? I mean, you can mess with it, but I think that'll work for us, right? So now we've done the all the grid lines. We'll be able to print this out and draw straight lines on this to figure out what the velocity is at a certain point. But we still need to put a model on there. So that's going to be under series. So click series, and it says, hey, let's put a trend line on there. Notice that it'll default to a linear trend line. Don't use a linear trend line. Okay, we want a polynomial because this is clearly a parabola, right? Polynomial is will let us do something with a squared, right? So this is the polynomial degree. It'll go up to a squared term, which is, we think this is 1/2 AT squared, so that should be perfect, right? So choose the second order polynomial. It says no label. No, we want the equation. So go down to label and say use equation. And there it is, right? Okay, now this little coefficient of x squared, remember it's 1/2 AT squared, right? So that coefficient is half of a, that little thing right there is half of a. I can't select it for some reason. All right, anyway, that's how to make your position graph, okay?